Hey guys, Johnny here with Johnny Cooks, and we're back for another great episode of HelloFresh Cooking. I hope you guys enjoyed last week's video of me making the homemade burritos with my daughter. That was a really fun experience for me and for her to get to see, this side of things and whatnot. I'll be bringing her back, as I continue to do these videos and helping me out because she's my little chef. She likes to cook, and I love it that we can get in the kitchen together and just spend some quality time. So that's good. But this week we're back on HelloFresh. We're gonna make a sun-dried tomato spaghetti with fresh parsley, almonds, and Parmesan. This is one of our favorite meals. We've had this probably almost half a dozen times, I think, because this is literally one of our favorite dishes because it is just so good. The sauce that you make with it, you make a homemade sauce to go with it. And then we also get we put in the option to put in shrimp as well. So we do that. So we'll get right into it. So what you're gonna need is for again 2 servings, guys. Remember, just double these for the 4 servings or however many servings you want to make. So we got 1.5 ounces of sun-dried tomatoes. We've got a garlic clove here. You're gonna need some grape tomatoes. 4 ounces about is what you're gonna need. Your parsley is going to be 1/4 ounce or probably enough to like chop up like a teaspoon or so. And then 6 ounces of spaghetti. So 6 ounces of fresh spaghetti there. The sliced almonds, which we've got about a 1/2 ounce of almonds, which I will toast these up and put them on the dish, but I will not be eating them because I got to put them on my wife's only. I have a condition that doesn't allow me to eat peanuts and stuff and any type of tree nut anymore. It makes me really upset and not very well feeling the next day. So yeah, I don't like to eat nuts now just because it does affect it and makes it flare up. So don't do that. And then we got veggie stock concentrate. Again, about a tablespoon of this. I think it says 0.34 ounces. It's just, like I said, it's a concentrate. So, and then we got 2 tablespoons of our Philadelphia cream cheese and 3 tablespoons of Parmesan, which again, I'll only be putting in at the end for me. And so like I put that on the end for me, and I'll put this on the end for my wife because she does like the almonds. And of course, I like Parmesan. So it can be custom. And then of course, we did do the option for the shrimp. You're going to need 10 ounces of shrimp, which is going to be good. So let's get cracking, guys. What you're going to need to do is chop up everything first. So you're going to want to finely chop your sun-dried tomatoes and then garlic press out your garlic, and you're going to cut the tomatoes just in half. You're just going to half them lengthwise. So I'm going to get started on that, and then of course you're going to just rough chop your parsley. So that's going to be all it's going to take for our veggies. I'm going to get cracking on that, and then I'll see you guys back in a little bit. I've already got the pot of water on the back burner here. It's already beginning to try and boil, so we can put that pasta in. And then I'll be toasting all you got to do is just toast the almonds in a dry pan for about 2 minutes to 4 minutes till they start to brown up. So nothing in the pan, just heat the pan and just dry roast those sliced almonds. So I'm going to get started, guys. I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. I'm just cutting in here a second to fill you in on some of this chopping. I've basically done everything except for chop the parsley and the garlic. But after you chop up your grape tomatoes, you're going to want to toss that with a drizzle of olive oil, salt, and pepper. So just a small drizzle of olive oil in there, some salt and pepper. And then we're going to set that aside until it calls for it later. So I just wanted to hop in here and tell you guys that. And then I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, guys, I'm back over here at the stove now. And as you can see, got a little bit of a different camera setup, trying to give you guys a little bit better review. You can see my pan here. It's toasting the almonds right now. It's just about done. Just trying to get a little bit of almonds to flip over. There we go. Yeah, those are nice and toasted. Water just started boiling, so I'm about to put the pasta in. So I'm going to take these almonds out. Come on now. There we go. There we go. Kill this heat. I'm going to wipe that pan out real quick with just a dry cloth over the sink. fold it over several times so you don't burn yourself, because this pan is going to be hot. And we're just going to wipe it out, guys. Just get those dry flakes out. Don't touch the pan. Be careful. I can't reiterate that enough. Be careful. Don't want to burn yourself and get hurt. So, like I said, this calls for only what was it? How much spaghetti? 6 ounces of spaghetti, which this packet is. So we're gonna need all of this. So this is the brand that they send with it. So we're just gonna stick that in, and once it gets done to almost cooking, or almost all the way done, you're gonna want to reserve a 1/4 cup of the water for your sauce that you're gonna make. So you're gonna want to reserve a 1/4 cup of the pasta water. So we're gonna throw that in there. Make sure I got it all. And then we're gonna set a 9-minute timer once I get it all in there. Let me reach into my drawer, grab my pasta spatula. There we go. Just kind of get that all pushed down in there. So it's 9 to 11 minutes to cook this pasta. We like ours a little bit more on the al dente side. So I'm going to go with a 9-minute timer. And then, of course, I will come over and stir those. So there we go. Give those a stir. Make sure they don't sit on the bottom of the pan and stick to the bottom of the pan as well, because we definitely don't want that happening. So they're getting soft already. They're starting to move around. So we'll definitely come check on those in just a minute. Okay. Now that we've cooked our almonds in here, I wanted to do that kind of quick because now it's time to cook the shrimp. So we're going to put the shrimp in and season with salt and pepper and a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pan as well. I've already had the shrimp out. Of course, anytime you cook with shrimp, guys, you're going to want to rinse them under some cold water. So that's no matter what you're doing, you always do that with shrimp. Especially if they're frozen, you're going to run them in there for about 5 minutes to kind of thaw them out and everything. So that's the way you would do the shrimp. Let's kick this heat back on real quick. And then I'm just going to toss them with some salt and pepper in the bowl over here by the sink where I went ahead and strained them. Again, salt and pepper is a preference, guys. Use how much you want to use in there. And then this pan was already hot, so this oil is going to be hot already. So we're going to toss those shrimp right in. Oh, got a nice sizzle. Look at that, guys. Oh, that's a beautiful sound. That is a truly beautiful sound. Move my salt and pepper over here with me after I rinse my hand. Okay, so this we're going to cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm going to get my timer up here since I've already got the bottom one going. And we're going to set it for 3 minutes. And then you want to cook them until the shrimp kind of turns from that opaque clear to the pink. So and they're like firm to the touch. I love shrimp. I'm just not the best cook at shrimp. My wife actually makes really good shrimp. That's one of her really good things that she makes that I love. So usually she cooks the shrimp for me, but I'm going to be cooking the shrimp here for you tonight. One of these moments, or one of these nights, I will probably try and get her in here to help me cook one night as well, so y'all can meet her. Give this spaghetti a toss in the water. Okay. And then we will just shift the oil and the stuff around in this pan. Look at that shrimp, guys. That's looking amazing already. So at about 1.5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and like toss these shrimp. So I'm just going to get my wooden spatula, actually, my bamboo spatula. Pardon my reach across the camera there. And then about 1.5 minutes. So let's try and get these turned over. I'm one that likes to just shake the pan and kind of flip things. I'm just, watch so many cooking shows and stuff. That's generally how they do it. All them professional chefs and everything. I try to mimic them as much as possible because, we all try to aspire to be something. And me, I try to be aspiring cook, or chef. So we will get this all cooked up, and then we're going to transfer this to a plate, and we'll wipe it out, and then we'll start making the sauce. So I've got to move my strainer over and get me a second strainer for the pasta. So once it's done in about 5 minutes, let's go ahead and give this shrimp a shake and a toss. Just want to make sure you get it all cooked evenly. Try and get it back out in an even layer. There we go. Grab out my big strainer over here. So there we go. All right, give this shrimp another toss. I can see it getting stuck to the pan. Come on, go flat. There we go. Let's check some of these shrimp. Might need another minute. Yeah, we'll give it another minute. There we go. Cooking this shrimp up real nice. See how it's getting kind of that solid white, pinkish look instead of being that clear, opaque look? That's what you're going to want for your shrimp there, is kind of that look right there. So, like I said, we're just going to cook it an extra minute here just to ensure that it's done right. You don't want to overcook shrimp because then it comes chewy and not the greatest thing. So we want to try to avoid that as much as possible. Let me get out a plate over here. This timer is just about to go off. I'm actually going to kill the timer ahead of time. Only have like 5 seconds left. So yeah, we're going to kill the heat now. Yeah, see, if you push on the shrimp, it should feel firm. Yeah, those are looking really good. So now we're just going to go over here to this plate, and we're going to add them to our sauce later with our pasta and everything. So there we go. With that, I am going to go ahead and I've got a top here that we usually put on our plates for when we're microwaving leftovers and such. So there we go. We're supposed to wipe out our pan again. So let me get a couple more this time, about 4. And just wipe this pan out over the sink, not over your pasta strainer, because you're about to use that. Okay, so that is all wiped out the best I can get. Again, being careful, guys, the pan is hot. So now we've got that wiped out. We're going to heat a drizzle of olive oil again. So get the olive oil back in there. Just a small drizzle. Turn our heat back on. I go about a medium because mine's a quick boil, so it's a really big burner. I only go medium on it. We got about a minute left on that pasta. Let's go ahead and give it a stir here. Make sure none of it's sticking. It doesn't feel like any of it is, so that's good. Yeah, look at that pasta, guys. Looking good. Looking real good. Okay, so we got this heating back up. Move our stuff around, our oil, and then we're going to throw in the sun-dried tomatoes and the garlic. Actually, I'm going to grab a little bit more garlic because, like I said, guys, my wife and I, we really love our garlic. So I'm trying to find our jar of garlic if we have some more. Looks like we might be out, actually. Oh, nope, there it is, behind a bag. grab that because we always want a little bit of extra garlic. Grab a spoon. Okay. We're only going to do this till it's fragrant, and then we're going to mix up a 1/3 cup of the plain water and our stock concentrate. So we'll get that going as well. Okay, so we'll bring this over. Our pasta is just about done, so we'll get that strained. So yeah, 1/3 cup of water as well. Because we need a 1/3 cup of water as well that we're going to get from this pasta water. I've got 2/3 cups, so let me actually grab those. So there we go. Let me grab 1/3 cup of that pasta water. Throw it back there again. This oil is nice and hot. I'm actually going to turn that down because I got to drain this pasta now. After I get my water ready. Got my water ready now. Okay. Get me some pot holders. Turn this off. Kill the timer. Okay. Go strain our pasta. Okay. Get all that out. There we go. Okay, there we go. So now we are going to throw in our sun-dried tomatoes. If I can get it all. Okay. Sun-dried tomatoes. Only had a couple left over here. And then our freshly pressed garlic from over on our cutting board. Okay. Not rinse my hands over our nice fresh pasta in there. And then I'm also going to grab an extra little bit of here because, like I said, we really like our garlic. Yes, I just tossed a ton of garlic in there. That is what we like. Okay. Like I said, this is only going to take about a minute to get fragrant and toast it up. And then we're going to mix in a 1/3 cup of plain water, not this reserved pasta water. We're not going to put that in yet. Oh, man, you can smell that, guys. Smell that garlic and that sun-dried tomato. Oh, that just smells delicious. Keep moving this around. Okay, turn our heat back up a little bit. It did suck a little bit of our heat out, which is good. So now we're not burning that garlic. Okay. There we go. Now we are going to add our stock concentrate and the plain water. There we go. There's our plain water and our stock concentrate. Okay, so we got that in here. Scrape it up off the bottom. Any of the stuck garlic. There we go. Okay, we want to bring this to a simmer. And then simmer for about 2 minutes until it's slightly reduced. So just getting it down just a little bit, guys. So I'll show you what that is in just a minute or two. We've already at that simmer. So I'm going to start a 2-minute timer because I find out that it tends to take that long. And then we're going to reduce our heat back down to a low. And then we're going to whisk in the cream cheese until it's fully incorporated. And then we'll throw in that grape tomatoes that we had over there with the olive oil and the salt and pepper. Throw that in there. And then we'll do a tablespoon of butter as well. And the spaghetti, and kind of toss all that together and let it all heat up. And we'll also throw that shrimp back in, guys. So we'll see you in just a minute. All right, guys. So we've got this slightly reduced now. I think we got about like 10 seconds, so I'm going to kill the timer again. As you can see in there, you got a very little liquid left in there. So that's good. That's what we wanted. Down, probably not quite down as much as I'd got it. Didn't realize it went down so far. We're going to throw in our Philadelphia cream cheese. Like I said, we're going to add some, if we want a creamier texture, we can add some of this pasta water that we saved. Make sure I got all my cream cheese out of there. I don't want to waste any of that. All right. So now we're just going to whisk this in here. Oh, we want to get it down to a low just to warm it up, really. Keep it warm, not burning anything. Yeah, we're going to need some of that reserved pasta water. I cooked it down a little bit too far, but that's all right. So we want it just a little bit creamier for the pasta and everything, get everything coated in this yummy sauce. Okay. Yeah, now that we got that fully incorporated, see that, guys? See how that's all fully incorporated, that cream cheese? Look at that beautiful sauce that we just made. From scratch sauce. There's nothing better, man. You cannot beat this. This is so good. Ah, get off the sun-dried tomato. I want to keep it. Oh, that's hot. Can't lose it, though. Goodness gracious, that's good. All right. So now I need to get my butter out because I didn't do that earlier. That is my fault. Okay. Cut a tablespoon of this off. So there we go. All right, so now we're going to add a tablespoon of butter, the spaghetti, and it says half the Parmesan, but of course we're not doing the Parmesan, but if you do the Parmesan, you throw that in now. Toss our spaghetti around again real quick. Okay, so we're going to throw our spaghetti in. Oh, had one leak through a little bit. There we go. No spaghetti left behind. We're also going to toss in our shrimp. Okay. Put that down in there, and then also our tomatoes. I'm going to leave as much as I can of the olive oil down in there. So there we go. So we're going to mix all that in here. That all goes in my sink now. Forgot to close my fridge. So there we go. Okay, now we're going to toss all this together. This is why you need a large pan for this, guys. Get all this tossed up. Kind of try and break up your pasta since it's been sitting for a minute. Like I said, we might need to add more of this pasta water. We're going to turn up the heat just a little bit. And then also going to salt and pepper this again. Give it some more salt and pepper. Oh, turn that down again. A little bit too hot now. A little bit more water of that pasta water in there. And then about half of this finely chopped parsley that we did. So get that all mixed in there as well. So now let's get it all mixed in. And then we're ready to serve it up into bowls, guys. All right, guys, back over here now. We got our stuff all set up for the plating and the tasting, like we like to do at the end of our videos. We've made it through another episode. This is great. Sun-dried tomato spaghetti with shrimp and Parmesan and toasted almonds. So this is going to be great, guys. Like I said, this is one of our favorite meals. So I'm going to divide this up between our bowls. My wife got us these lovely big bowls she found on Amazon. So I'm going to get this dished up as fairly even as I can. So there's that one. This one. There we go. Try and look as I'm dishing this up, making sure I'm distributing enough shrimp and tomatoes and everything to everyone. And pasta. There we go. That all looks good pasta-wise. This one looks like it might have a little bit more pasta. It might have a little bit more veggies too, though, or in the shrimp. So we're just going to now kind of divide this up. There we go. Yeah, this one got a little bit more. So we're going to flip this over here like that. There we go. We're going to put this in our sink since we're done with it. Just kind of, oh, now it looks uneven this way. I just can't get it to look right. There we go. We're going to have to call it there. Okay. And then we'll put, like I said, we're going to put the toasted almonds on my wife's over here. So hers gets the nice toasted almonds. And then mine is going to get the lovely Parmesan that I love. I do like me some Parmesan. Parmesan's good. Parmesan is great in my opinion. So, but you know, everybody's got their own likes, their own tastes. So, and unfortunately I can't have almonds or else I would have those. But there we go, guys. That's how it's supposed to look. All done up. Everything looking great. So there we go. Let me go grab my fork. Let's give this a taste. Get us a tomato, a shrimp, and of course, a little bit of pasta. Because again, it is a spaghetti. Wow, guys. That homemade sauce with the creaminess of the cream cheese and the sun-dried tomatoes, it's amazing. Like I said, this is one of our favorite meals. I can't reiterate that enough. This thing is amazing. I'm going to go enjoy my dinner with my wife now. So I hope you all have a great, or you've all had a great week, and that you all enjoyed this episode. Again, if you can, share this out, like and subscribe. It would greatly appreciate it. Help me out. If you found it at all, give it a thumbs up. So till next time, guys, here on Johnny Cooks, I'm out.